Today we're digging into a really fascinating mental tool. It sort of flips learning on its head.
Yeah, instead of just looking back at the past, we're learning by actively, vividly imagining the future.
Exactly. We're talking about perspective thinking.
And our goal here is pretty straightforward. We want you to understand this key science principle. It's also known as Episodic Future Thought, or EFT.
Right, EFT.
And crucially, understand how using it helps transform that knowledge you just picked up, maybe fragile facts, into something solid, something you can actually use.
A deployable skill. So,
Yeah.
okay, we'll define it, explore the cognitive gears that make this work for deeper learning.
And we'll look at some very specific tasks the sources mention for building that strategic foresight.
Got it. And just a heads up for everyone listening, if you want the really deep dive, the foundational research, especially that key 2007 paper by Schachter, Addis, and Buckner.
Yeah, all that's available on the science page. The link is right below.
Perfect. So let's define this. Perspective thinking, or EFT. What is it, really?
Well, at its core, it's your ability to mentally run simulations of specific, plausible future events.
Okay, so specific and plausible are key words there. It's not just Fantasyland.
Exactly. It's not just idle daydreaming. It's more like a constructive mental simulation. Your brain actively pulls from your memories to kind of pre-experience potential actions and outcomes.
Hold on. Using memory to invent a future, that seems counterintuitive.
It does, but think of it like recombining building blocks. You use details from past experiences to construct a simulation of something new, something ahead. And the core benefit, well, it lets you anticipate challenges, set much sharper goals, and most importantly, it primes your brain for action. You're getting ready before crunch time hits.
Right, preparation. But how does doing this mental simulation actually make, say, a business principle or a scientific concept stick better than just, reviewing my notes?
Yeah.
How does it deepen the learning itself?
Okay, that's the crucial link. It works through a process called policy compilation.
Policy compilation sounds technical.
It kind of is, but the idea is simple. Think of it like pre-writing little rules or scripts for your future self.
Like mental programming.
Pretty much. EFT takes that abstract knowledge you have, the principle, the concept, and forces you to turn it into concrete, ready-to-use instructions. Specifically, like if-then rules.
Okay, give me an example. If I just learned a new negotiation tactic.
Right. You'd use EFT to think, okay, if the other party raises objection X, that's the cue or condition, then I will use tactic Y, that's the action or response.
Ah, I see. So you're explicitly connecting the situation to the action beforehand.
Exactly. And doing that strengthens what researchers call cue-response bindings. It makes the link stronger in your mind.
Which helps with perspective memory, remembering to do things in the future.
Precisely. And it tackles that big problem we all face, the intention-behavior gap.
All right, that gap between knowing what you should do and actually doing it when the moment arrives, especially under pressure.
That's the one. By pre-compiling these policies, these if-then rules, you actually reduce how long it takes you to decide what to do in the moment.
You act faster.
Faster, and you're less likely to get flustered or thrown off by, noise or unexpected things. And that's why the learning is deeper. The knowledge isn't just sitting there. It's integrated, it's actionable, it's ready for the real world.
Okay, that connection is much clearer now. It makes the knowledge robust.
Yeah.
Let's talk application then. The sources mention specific tasks designed to train this. What kind of things are we talking about?
Yeah, they highlight a couple of really high-impact tasks. First, you're challenged to take a principle you just learned and simulate forward.
Right.
By asking yourself something like, based on this principle I just learned, what are maybe 2 challenges I could genuinely face next quarter? And how would I actually prepare for them?
Okay, so it forces immediate practical projection. What's the second one?
The second one is powerful. It's called the pre-mortem.
Pre-mortem, like before death.
Kind of. You imagine a project, say, 6 months from now, has completely failed. Total disaster.
Ouch. Okay.
And then, from that imagined future failure, you work backward to explain why it failed, what went wrong.
Wow. Okay. That's like failure analysis, but done proactively.
Exactly. It forces you to rigorously look for weaknesses before they happen.
And I imagine the way you do these simulations matters.
Oh, absolutely. This is critical. The research and our sources emphasize that the benefits really get amplified when the simulations are super specific.
Specific how?
You need the details. Who is involved? What exactly happens? When? Where? Vague, fuzzy simulations, they just don't provide enough structure. They don't deliver the same punch.
So details matter. Anything else?
Yes. They also need to be counterfactually stress tested,
I mean,
meaning you actively identify potential failure points. What could go wrong? What are the backup plans, the contingency branches? It needs that rigor, not just optimism.
got it. Specificity and stress testing. So pulling this all together for the learner, what's the bottom line?
The bottom line is that when you deliberately practice this kind of perspective thinking, using these specific, rigorous simulation tasks,
You're not just learning facts about a subject.
no, you are actively building your capacity for strategic foresight within that subject. You're transforming abstract ideas, principles, whatever you're learning, into robust, usable readiness for the real world.
Making the knowledge truly deep because it's deployable.
That's the core idea.